Everybody, it is your boy, Marcus Johnson. We are back. We got another brand that is working with us that we want you guys to support. So check this out. He's a Raiders fan, the owner as well. Panda Supplements. We got discount code 35% off. Discount code TDL for 35% off. Now, what is Panda Supplements? Panda Supplements is your typical nutritional supplements with a lot of different flavor because everything is natural, right? So you're getting you get the proteins, you got the green drinks, you got the pre-workouts, whatever you want, we got that with Panda Supplements. So make sure you check this out. One of my favorite ones, the Sleepy supplement. This one helps me get some sleep because I don't sleep doing these films. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I do these all night. So I need some help getting to sleep. I hate my Panda Supplements. One of my other favorite ones right here is the greens, right? The green superfood. Get you some immune boosts, right? You know what I mean? Laser focused, digestive enzymes, you know what I'm saying? Help everything get better down here as well. So, it's a whole lot of things. We got some focus as well. So go ahead, check out the website. Like I said, Panda Supplements, discount code TDL for 35% off. Check it out. Everybody, we are back. It is Tape Don't Lie. It is your favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the like button if you hit the dislike button if you dislike it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Right? And you guys already know what to do. Follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, and then at BD Williams 18 for BD. Right? And then, already know what to do with Panda Supplements already, too. Go to Panda Supplements. Get you some nice supplements, some protein shakes. Like I said, the focus really does a lot for me. The sleep does a lot for me, too, as well. Get some greens. They got some good stuff on there. Just make sure you don't go too crazy on the pre-workout stuff, all right? Just make sure you guys don't go too crazy on that. It can get you wired. All right.
You're going to get that pre-workout. You're going to lift the whole gym. Every single weight.
So just be prepared for that. It's natural pre-workout. You can be ready to go.
Right.
All right. BD, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
No, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's slow. It's a slow period in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Off season. So thankfully we're able to go through and kind of, do some of these pet projects, looking at 2019, going back, looking at 2019 draft. And this is going to be a fun episode because we're looking at two late round guys, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who have become really key foundational pieces. Like, we are so excited as Raider fans. Like, screw Tape Don't Lie. Like, we're just Raiders fans, like, geeked about both these players that we're going to talk about today, Maxx Crosby and Hunter Renfrow, right? Like, being Raiders. So we're going to go through their film. We're going to go through what they're good at and, all that stuff. So it's going to be a fun episode to be able to go through that. I thought it was funny that, on a side note, I just saw a little Twitter graphic. They ranked like the greatest drafts of all time. I think it was like, I don't know if it was PFF. I can't remember now.
PFF, yes, it was.
It was.
Uh-huh.
And they had 2014 Raiders draft up there.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I can't remember now. It was like 2 or 3 of all time, all time draft.
5.
5.
Yeah.
So it was the 5th all time draft.
Since 2006 in the PFF era.
Oh, PFF era. That's what it was saying. That's what they were saying. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So since 2006 was the 5th best draft since 2006. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes more sense now that you're giving me more context. But certainly this 2019 draft, when you look at some of these guys that are on the roster in the back end of the draft, yeah, it's not a great all-time draft because we already talked about some of these guys that we got in the beginning, right? Being, just kind of like role players, Renfrow, Jonathan Abram, right? Maybe not the greatest first-round selections. If Jonathan Abram and Cleveland Farrell were second-round selections, no one would be batting an eye, right? Like, the way that they've played so far in their NFL career, second-round selections, they'd be like, oh, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, great. Right. But first round selection. So there's always going to be an eyebrow raised, but Hunter Renfrow outplaying his draft position, Maxx Crosby outplaying his draft position, that adds a silver lining to this 2019 draft. Would you agree with that?
I agree. Yeah, it does have a silver lining. And you know, both these guys were, Renfrow wasn't as much of a project. Renfrow was just more of like a, where you put him, his size, his hands are really small. It's like, he's just pure slot guy. Should he even be drafted? I don't know if the Raiders didn't draft him. I don't know if he even would have been drafted. I mean, it would have been close for him. Because just his size and all that stuff, and the hand size, and
He has a poor athletic profile. Well,
100%, right? So I mean, there's no
call
other
it
way
what
to
it
look at it.
is.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it would have been interesting for him. I know Max would definitely win. I got in the fourth round, regardless, because he was a athletic freak, right?
He has a great athletic profile. Yeah.
Yeah, a great one, right? And so he wasn't getting past the fourth round at all. I mean,
It's funny looking at both these guys because it's like Renfrow, not a great athletic profile, but he's a national champion at a huge college football program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Maxx Crosby is like fantastic athletic profile. He's like 6'5", 260 pounds, runs fast 40, jumps high, all this stuff. And he's playing in the MAC on Thursday nights. No one has ever even seen him play. You know what I'm saying? So both these guys had like the knocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I agree. Both of them had the knocks, but you can't, I mean, no one could argue that they outplayed their draft position,
Okay. All right. Any other news? I guess they had the ESPN rankings. I don't know if you saw those. They had
for the
some Raiders players. There's a lot of Raiders players.
Wait. Tell me what that was. I don't know if I saw that.
So yeah, the ESPN rankings, right? So ESPN they had to talk to NFL execs and defensive coaches, and like basically defensive coaches and offensive coaches, and NFL execs, and they voted for the top 10 players at every position. So I mean, the Raiders got mentioned a lot more than they ever have in the past years. So like Colton Miller, he even got an honorable mention. Just these honorable mentions. Carr, he was right behind Lamar Jackson at 12, but he got a lot of praise in there. But I mean, you had Devontae Adams number 1. You got Maxx Crosby 5. You got Chandler Jones 7. You got Darren Waller 3. I'm missing somebody else that almost made it. I think it was just those, but I mean, that's big time.
Those guys, yeah.
That's big time, sure. For the Raiders, and that there's the season and the outlook having that type of contenders. You know what I mean? Like just being contenders. I mean, to have that type of talent, even some of it's homegrown, right? Some of it's homegrown, but some of it you brought in Chandler Jones and Devontae Adams. I mean, that makes a huge difference. I mean, the only guy who got slighted was Josh Jacobs, I think.
It's the
he didn't get mentioned at all.
Yeah.
And they put Javonte Williams at 10. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, whatever.
It was weird. Like, that was mad projection.
It doesn't matter with backs. It doesn't matter with backs. Because a guy like Gus Edwards is going to come out next year that no one ever heard of. It is what it is with backs. Okay, I really don't care. All right, well, that's interesting. So those are the only guys that were named there.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's about right.
A couple years been like one.
No, Denzel Perryman. Denzel Perryman wasn't named in the top 10 linebackers.
He might have.
He wasn't on the list.
He might have been.
When we're doing our segments, let's check. Let's double check that, okay? Because if Denzel Perryman is not top 10 linebacker, okay? I mean, look, it's definitely debatable. Okay, like it's debate, sure, but there's not 10 linebackers with better film than Denzel Perryman last year. Sorry, there's not. He played his butt off last year, man. He played his butt off.
Hey, let's go. They duplicate that this year, man. Hopefully, so
I hope that's it.
Hopefully, get that. All right, let's get.
So who's going first today?
You go first, man. Max is a superstar. Let's go with the superstar first.
All right. I'll go first today here. Okay. So first things first, we're talking about Maxx Crosby, right? Raiders defensive end. Okay, we all know Maxx Crosby. We all know the type of player he is. Okay, he's a guy who's going to come in here. This is just such a sick pass rush. You see him. He goes, "Oh, I'm supposed to run a stunt here, but I run into my own guy. Then I'm going to go with an inside spin and just mess with 3 moves, blows that play up." We know Maxx Crosby, right? Oh, and yeah, we can also have some hustle plays here out on the perimeter. We all know who Maxx Crosby is, right? Let's look at how teams started game planning for Maxx Crosby. Okay, as the year went on, let's look at a couple teams here. How he got game planned against. Here we're gonna see Chargers little boot action, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus. This is how you game plan against defensive ends, dominant defensive ends. You boot, you do some boot
Mm-hmm.
action against them, right?
Yeah.
Saw
Yes,
Maxx
sir.
Crosby blow that one up. Okay, here's another one. We're gonna get chipped here. He's gonna get chipped. He chooses to go wide. Okay, takes himself out of the play. It's over before it even starts. He has no chance. It took way too long to get there. So we see him get chipped. Here he is. He's going to get chipped again. Kelsey here gets chipped, goes for the inside rush. This time, instead of going wide, this is a smarter play. Gets that initial quick pressure, flushes Mahomes out the pocket. So that's an improvement, right? Here's another one. This one hurts. He gets chipped here, goes outside again, comes back inside, gets little. That one hurts. Looking at this one. This is like a 3rd and long. I hate that place. Okay. Now let's look at who Maxx Crosby is as a pass rusher. Okay. So we already looked at teams game planning against him, chipping him, boot actioning against him. Okay. Let's look at how he wins. Okay. And really, when we're talking about Maxx Crosby, the way Maxx Crosby wins, 9 times out of 10, it's with an inside move. Okay. Watch him here. He gets a little jab step, goes for the inside move, wins with has a quick win with the inside move. Here's another one. Okay. We're going to set him up, inside spin. Look at that. Look how quick that is. We just get that pressure. We're in the quarterback's face with the inside move. Okay. Here's another one where he goes. This is actually a stunt. This is designed. Okay. Gets in that passing lane, bats that one down. Okay. Maxx Crosby stunting on the inside is a problem. Okay, here's another one. Gets to the quarterback, body slam on the quarterback on the inside. Another inside counter move there. Okay, inside move, quick penetration, flushes the quarterback out the pocket. Okay, this is really what Maxx Crosby's game is all about. And when we see him, as the year went on, what we saw happen is what we saw tackles load up with a strong inside hand and really sit on the inside moves. Okay. And you see him here when that inside move doesn't work. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus. This tackle is really sitting on that inside move. He's not letting anything go. And we're going to see this as the year went on in the wild card game. Look at this guy. He's going. So what is he doing here? Right. He's going for that inside move. And it's not there. 75 is literally just sitting on that. Like he gets beat with the inside spin, but because his body position is so heavy inside,
Yeah.
right? He's not giving up that spin. Okay. And I think at some point, and we'll talk about this more, Maxx Crosby he's an inside winner. I think he's going to be a power rusher predominantly. He's got to be a guy who develops more outside counters. Okay. Here's another one. This is really who Maxx Crosby became towards the end of the year, a power rusher, a guy who can bull. Okay, this is who he is, right? This is who I think Maxx Crosby is going to become more and more and more and more of as his career goes on. A guy who converts speed to power. Okay, here's another one where where we're going to see the tackles sit on that inside move. Okay, and we have an opportunity to beat him outside, but we still went for the inside move. Okay, so this is just something interesting to look at in the wild card. Now, going back to 2020, okay, here's an example. Maxx Crosby winning on the outside. Oh, so wait a minute. He can win on the outside. Here's earlier in the year, win on the outside. Okay, he can do it. Maxx Crosby can win on the outside. Here's another one. This is a sick rep earlier in the year. Went around the outside. Okay. It's not necessarily something that he did a lot towards the end of the year. And it was something that was really interesting to watch, especially in that wild card game, how much, and the wild card game and that Los Angeles Chargers game, week 18 rather, how much these tackles were just sitting on that inside move, loading up with that strong inside hand. and just like giving him the outside, and Maxx Crosby wasn't taking it. And I thought that that was super interesting to see, especially because like remember when he went nuts against the he got that sack against the Bears as a rookie, and he went nuts against the Bengals as a rookie. All those were outside moves, right? He, you know, a lot of his stuff that he did as a rookie was winning around the outside, and I would like to see him start doing that a little bit more, okay, and not relying so much on that inside move.
Yeah.
And I just think having, you know, getting with Chandler Jones and just getting, you know, just upping his acumen and just, you know, having another year in the NFL experience, having another year with another NFL veteran. I mean, he definitely picked Ngakwe's brain. Remember when we first watched Ngakoue, we weren't on, it wasn't online. Like we were offline. We were just watching Ngakoue together, and he was fronting, like he would like do the little stutter step front, right? Like straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Right. And towards the end of the year, that's all Crosby was doing. Like he was just copying Ngakwe's pass rush moves, right? So I mean, I think if that's going to happen, like say he's just emulating, that's fine. Okay, that's great. Emulate Chandler Jones because that works better with Maxx Crosby's physical talents and size and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emulate Chandler Jones. I would like to see that. I would like to see a little bit more counters on the outside. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement, and it's scary because he's already so good, right? I didn't show any of the run stops. I mean, like I had so many run stops. It's like I had a sick amount. I was like, why am I even going to do this? Like, this is like unfair to even show all this, you know? So I just focused on the pass rush today. You know, I think he can definitely take another step, you know, in terms of the pass rush. So I'm excited to see what he learns from Chandler Jones this next year.
Now, let me ask you this. I mean, because to get a sack is easier to go from the outside. So do you feel like that might be part of the reason why his sack total is that he's not winning outside as much? Because, I mean, the easiest way to the quarterback is the corner around. I mean, you can go inside. I mean, because there's always help inside, especially when you were showing against the Bengals. I mean, they always had 77 like eyeing him to make sure if he was going to win inside against 75 that he was there to help. So there's no help outside, really. Right? So if you win outside, that's how you get to the quarterback. So do you think that has a factor of him not having as many sacks too?
You know, no, I mean his sack total is fine. I don't have a problem with the sack total whatsoever. You know, I think he was extremely disruptive all year long. You know, I mean, I guess there might have been like maybe a handful of times, maybe like 3 or 4 times from like, oh man, could have finished, but it's not like Arden Key where it's like, come on, finish, you know, like or something like that, you know, or Cleveland Furl, you know, like finish, please finish.
Yeah,
he finishes, you know. So I'm not worried about his sack total. What did he have, like 9 sacks? Are we worrying about it because he doesn't have double-digit sacks? He had 8 sacks.
I'm just
yeah.
Maybe so there's something reason to it. Yeah.
So I mean, how about this? Because we can levy criticism. I am going to go ahead and do the first half as a full segment. I'm going to watch every single pass rush rep from Maxx Crosby, and I'm going to put it on for the tape grinders and the tape watchers, for the premium members, and I'll let them draw their own conclusions, and I'll show them every single pass rush rep. But he didn't make an impact in that first half of that wild card game.
Yeah,
and he wasn't rushing on the outside. He was only countering on the inside and going for bull rushes, right?
Yeah,
and I think that there was definitely opportunities, and we saw him earlier in the year, and we saw him last year. That was all he would always win. He would always rush on the outside, you know. So I think it's curious that he that dropped out of his game so much, where tackles weren't even worrying about it anymore.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's able to do some self scouting and see that might be a reason why some effectiveness, you know, dropped off, you know, in key situations towards the end of the year, and we can stop that from happening next year.
For sure. Yeah. You know, even when I watched him against Lane Johnson, it is funny you mentioned that. I mean, he didn't win too much outside with Lane Johnson. I mean, he did try to set him up. I mean, he was more set up the spin move, to be honest, at the end of the game. You feel like he was trying to set up that spin move against Lane. So, because that's what he started really beating him, was when he started hitting with the spin move later on in the game. So
he can really spin. He's got he generates so much torque. He can really spin, man. He's got to figure out when exactly to use that, and it doesn't make here's my thing. Speed rushers use spin moves. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're getting that tackle in that vertical set, right? Vertical, spin inside. Okay. Is Crosby really a speed rusher like Dwight Freeney? Like scaring these guys with their first. No, he's not. So I don't know if that spin is really going to be like his most effective counter. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even though he looks really good doing it, if the guy's already sitting on the inside move and he's going for the inside spin, how is that effective? Yeah. So he's got to open up more and get guys in a vertical set if he wants to use that these inside counters. You know, so but it is a pretty looking spin. But it's like Reggie White using a spin. They're sitting on everything on the inside.
Yeah. I feel that, bro. I feel that. All right, man. Any last thoughts on Maxx Crosby before we get to
he's
Mr.
a beast
Renfrow over here?
He's a beast. I know not everything I said about him was like glowing and like over the moon, but he's a beast. I love Maxx Crosby. I'm so happy that he's a Raider. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he just keeps on improving to the moon here.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't be mad at me, Raider Nation, okay? For not just like saying, oh my God, Maxx Crosby, he's the greatest. You guys are going to be so upset in the comments. I already know it.
Hey, man. Hey, that's just the kind of tape don't lie for, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully you guys came with an open mind. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I think you have a point. I mean, you showed that on tape. I mean, if they're sitting on the inside moves, he's got to do something about that. You know what I mean? He's got to do something quick.
He's going to do it.
Yeah, I believe he will. But you know what I'm saying? That's super telling. Because also, to point that out, I mean, before we get too far on this, that was the Bengals' second time playing him too. If you think about it.
Yes. So
they're like, okay, he loves his inside move. We're to stop that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, I mean, if that's on tape, I mean, it's, British fans can be mad, but offense is going to see it. So, you know what I mean? That's a lot of things I say about like tape, and we talk about a lot of things. Like if the defense is going to see these things, like with quarterbacks with me, I always tell people like the defense will let me know how good they think a quarterback is. They will always let you know how good they think he is. So if you really want to know how good your quarterback is, watch the defenses they play against him.
If they're lining up in single high all the game, they don't give a shit. They don't care. They think he sucks.
But if they're too high, they're like everywhere.
Yeah. They respect him.
They respect the hell out of you. That's respect, bro.
First down there and too high. Yeah, they respect him.
All right. Let's get to some Hunter Renfrow here.
Let's do it.
Renfrow. I'm not doing the third down reel, but you know what I'm saying. You guys all know how it's gonna go. All right. So, Mr. Renfrow. We're going to start off with some yak, guys. All right. Because I really think that's something that he's really special at. He almost had around 20 missed tackles this past year. Okay. So he's really special with the ball in his hand. And we talk about his athletic profile or whatever, but I mean, he's a shifty guy. Here we go. Check this out real quick. This first yak, it's a little simple one. Check it down right here, right? But, make the man miss, break a tackle. Cut back inside, first down, right? You just you see his balance on the outside on this one. So I really like the balance right here. Boom, balanced. Perfect. This next one is one of my favorites. He just shakes all these Steelers players. It's another one, pure yak right here. Let me watch this. Get a little slow motion here going. Just watch me just dead legs him. It's just nasty, right? Minka Fitzpatrick just broke his ankles. Watch that one more time.
Does he have the best dead leg in the NFL right now?
Man,
up there.
As a wide receiver,
for sure. Up there.
Look at Minka, just ankles broken, swinging for air. It's one of the best safeties in the league, right there, guys.
For sure.
Right? Here's another one. This is him. He's taking a bootleg, turn into that's probably 3 yards. He could turn into 9 yards. Right? Right here. Boom. This is what I'm talking about. Dead leg. Moves, making moves. Another one. Takes look how many people it takes to tackle that little tiny man.
Yeah.
just look at that. Ugh. One guy. Two. Three. 3 missed tackles right there. Whole Bears team has to come and tackle him. Right? And then there's another good one against the Eagles. This is he just breaks these guys' ankles right here too. Derek Carr with a nice little check down right there. Spins him off, right? He's like, oop. Nope. See, it's just nasty, right? Nasty. All right, now where Hunter Renfrow really took the next step, okay? And I talked about this a little bit earlier in the year is the red zone, right? And he is the best, not anymore because Devontae Adams on the team, but now the year before he was the best route runner on the team. He separated the best against one-on-one coverage. It was time to get him featured in the red zone. I was kind of happy that they did that. I don't think Gruden did it as much as Olsen, but we got to see him be that type of guy. Or he had 9 red zone touchdowns, guys. I think it was top 5 in the NFL, right? Devontae Adams had 10. This is the infamous whatever route that everybody wants to call this. I just call this the
Renfrow.
The Hunter Renfrow. I'm gonna call this the Renfrow, right? Because usually, right, he's supposed to go right under, but he's faking to go back to the wheel because they've been running this wheel. You guys see it online. They saw it online. He's trying to run that wheel. Nope. Boop. Right back inside. Touchdown.
So sick.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Really though.
Don't try this at home.
No, you will get your quarterback sacked.
Yeah. Get your quarterback sacked, which we're gonna talk about later on. What was that? What did they say? I can't even think of the radio term for it, BD, but it was perfect. Here we go. So watch this a little bit. Derek Carr is moving. Derek Carr's not even looking at him. Touchdown. All right, here gets the Giants against a cornerback. Everybody wanted James Bradberry, right? 1-on-1. This is one of my favorite moves right here because he's gonna fake the slant, right? He's the jab step right there, slant inside, and he comes back out. And beats one of the best cornerbacks in the league for a touchdown, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like you can line up Devontae Adams over here, they're gonna be all worried about him, right?
Yeah.
You could isolate Hunter Renfrow right here,
and that's gonna be their second best corner.
Yes,
because
right.
Yes.
Second best corner.
Yeah, let's run this again because what I really love about this is when he jab steps, a lot of times you'll see receivers go immediately from the jab step back out, and he continues to sell that upfield and get James Bradberry going upfield, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's just so much nuance.
Right, and then the arm over too, like you get
the
arm over
right. There. Yeah, so much nuance with him, man.
Quick arm over, right? Just physical too, man. That's how physical he is too, which trips me out a little bit. I think that catches a lot of these cornerbacks off guard because him fighting through that, right? James Bradberry's not expecting his little, look, right? Arm over, everything, get separation, touchdown, all day. Here again, once this time against Mr. Ward from the Chiefs. He does him pretty dirty on this one, right? So this is a pure rocker step on this one. Rocker step. Whew. He even breaks his own ankles on this one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember this.
Right? And then Derek Carr, he's getting had a little pressure on him. But this is what I do want to mention because we're gonna get to this later on. You see how Derek Carr has to wait for him. You can't anticipate with him. You just can't. Because if he anticipates, if he's throwing it right now, he's going to miss him. Right? So you can't anticipate. You got to wait till he gets out of his break, and then you throw it. Right? And he still has some good timing on it because he threw it pretty early. But, you know what I'm saying? If it was like more on timing and time, you get the ball on time, right? You see once again right here, Derek Carr with the pressure in his face, throwing a touchdown pass.
This is so much trust because he's like, I know I'm about to get sacked. Let me just fade this.
I know he's gonna win, right?
Yeah.
I know he's gonna win. And now we got
Back
two guys.
foot. Yeah.
Now we got two, man. It's exciting. All right, here we go. And this one just pure beautiful catch on this one. There's not even really anything crazy in this one, but it just kind of shows how much of a red zone weapon he became, right? Running the corner route. And this one's pretty from the back because you get to see him put his feet down here. That's what I really like about this one. Get that, you know what I'm saying? Full extension right there. Then get the knee down. Touchdown.
Out of control.
Tell you. There's not many better slot receivers than Hunter Renfrow. I mean, you know, a lot of people were saying he's top 5 going into the year last year. I mean, now I agree. I mean, there's not that many. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, and because this is Kenny Moore, right? One of the best slot corners in the NFL. Nope. Jab step, quick out, arm over. Ate him up.
Yeah, even the best are going to get beat.
Yeah.
By this guy.
He eats people up, man. It's nasty. All right. And this is another great route. I really like this route. You used to watch it. We'll watch it real quick. See how the separation he got with the lean over. I mean, this is all him. You think like, okay, that's just a route, right? No, that's all him. Watch him lead into it. Boom, quick too, super quick. Lean into it. Come out of your break. Separation, like crazy, right? I mean, because the corner he's in his hip. Nope. You know what I mean? I don't know why they got that big tall guy on him anyways. That was very smart. He had no shot. All right, now here is what I would say what can go wrong if you have an unorthodox route runner like Hunter Renfrow. Okay, because sometimes you just got to run the damn route. And you see here, I mean, this is typical choice routes. The Raiders have been running all day. I mean, the Chargers play really well. They're double teaming him, right? But still, at this point, I mean, Renfrow, you got to do something. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, he's just, right. I mean, he's still shaking here. You got to do something. I know you're trying to get inside. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to get back outside. But he's still moving. He's still doing moves. Like, he's still trying to do moves. You know what I mean? Plays dead. Derek Carr's getting called soft by Joey Bosa. You know? So, I mean, but when you have a route runner like that, and I talk about you can't anticipate, Derek Carr, he has to wait. He has to let him do his thing.
Right.
It's too late. Plays dead. Waiting for him to do his thing. To me, on that one, I know it would have been tough, but he has to try to get outside. It would have been super tough. I don't blame him for like trying to work it in so he can get it in over it, but like it's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? And then Derek Carr's getting called soft by Joey Bosa. All right, here we go. And this is another one's kind of similar. All right, kind of similar, where he kind of takes a little bit to get out of his break on this one. Now, you could say that it has a little bit to do with the press coverage, and he slips a little bit, but still, right? He's doing a little bit too much when he should have just came inside when he knows that's a choice route is. I mean, this is not arches, right? It's a choice route. You got him lined up. You should be going inside right now. Boom, inside. But no, he's trying to do all this other stuff. And Derek Carr's getting crushed, right? Because you see, you watch Carr's ready to throw the ball already. Carr was ready to throw the ball earlier than that. So, right? Carr's ready right now. He's like, what are you doing? Right? He still got it to him. It was bad timing, though. He ended up throwing it behind him, but it was ended up being a great catch behind Renfrow. All right. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about his hands. His hands improvement is one of my favorite things about him. He caught every single pass that came his way last year, like 80% of his passes, right, on 125 targets. It's crazy. Okay? That's a lot.
It's a lot.
And, right? And this route right here, this kind of shows him using his hands, his ability to use his hands now. Just pure hands catch right there. Before it was all body. You watched the preview that we talked about him going into the year last year, all body. And that's all hands from Hunter Renfrow. That's why I really like him. It shows he's a damn worker, bro. Worker. Work. He had that problem this year. I mean, I didn't show with the fumble thing where they knock it out of his hands after he catches it. That ain't gonna happen this year. I doubt it. And this is another one that kind of shows the growth of his hands, right? Because this is Derek Carr throws this one a little high. He's waiting for him to get open, right? He wants to get over Kareem Jackson, so he throws it high, maybe too high for Hunter Renfrow, but Hunter Renfrow's still able to get his hands on it enough where he's able to tap it to himself, make a tough catch in traffic. That's a big time catch to me.
We got the end zone angle of that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's the end zone angle right here. So watch, right? Full extension, right? You kind of see it. I mean, but he's still able to concentrate and bring that in.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's Hunter Renfrow. I mean, the only really bad thing that he did last year is, like I said, he took too long to get out of routes. Everything else, man, he improved. It would have been hard for me to find nitpicking things about him.
Yeah.
It would have been really hard. I
agree.
Would have been. I mean, you don't get as many better slot receivers than him, and he took the leap last year. I expect even bigger leap this year. I mean, I think his production might go down a little bit.
Does he even need to take a leap?
No, I don't think so.
If he's just the same Hunter Renfrow that we had last year, I think that's pretty damn good for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Especially with who the Raiders just signed this offseason. Yeah. I mean, everything that you talked about, it's so funny because you talked about a lot of the stuff that Hunter Renfrow fixed, right? Like we talked about this last offseason. We talked about the body catching. We talked about some of the freelancing at the top of the route, right? That got Carr into trouble. We talked about that this last offseason, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about Hunter Renfrow in the red zone, right? We talked about him getting bullied in press.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, I don't know. Like, Hunter Renfrow does not watch this channel. I mean, he's too hardworking, right? To be sitting there watching YouTube. But certainly, he watched all this stuff. His coaches, himself, people identified all these things that you also identified. And he set out to work on those things and fix those things. So it's really cool that we saw that progression,
Yeah, I think Edgar Bennett let him loose. He was like, I can't hold you back. Because a lot of it, last year we talked about him being pressed. He didn't do any of that stuff that he did this year to be pressed or beat any of the coverages he was doing, right? So I kind of feel like they let him loose. They kind of let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And since that happened, we got to see the great route runner that he is, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, the first couple of years, he ran decent routes, but it was like he didn't run routes like that. He was not beating people like that, right?
He is cooking people.
Those dudes are getting ate up. You know what I mean?
Like he would win before. Like he was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He is cooking people now. Like Kenny Moore, James Bradbury,
every Ward, they all got cooked. Hey, these are all good quarters.
Man.
I mean, Ward's not bad,
Right. Yeah. So yeah, like he took a huge leap. So fun to watch. Edgar Bennett, definitely. I'm glad you brought him up. He deserves a ton of credit. Obviously, Carr's chemistry and trust with him deserves a ton of credit. His Hunter Renfrow's hard work deserves a ton of credit. But it's good that you brought up Edgar Bennett. I'm really excited to see because that has to be when we talk about Devontae Adams coming over, we've only talked about his relationship with Carr, right? Mm-hmm. But Edgar Bennett was his wide receiver coach in the first part of his NFL career, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so now he's reuniting with his wide receiver coach for probably like the first, I don't know, I'm just guessing maybe 4 years of his career. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that probably had something to do, maybe not as big as reuniting with Carr, but that probably had something to do with it, sweeten the pot here, and we're gonna, see Edgar Bennett reunite with Devontae Adams. So, do you have any? I guess how much Devontae Adams have you been watching this offseason? Do you have any predictions from watching Devontae Adams game and thinking, okay, maybe this is what Edgar Bennett is going to work on with him? Do you have any predictions on any of that?
I don't know what you would work on. I mean, I'm sure there's something that I probably have not, my eye probably can't catch. But I don't know exactly what that would be. I mean, if I had to say something about Devontae Adams, I would still say his hands are still inconsistent. I would say it's something that it doesn't pop up as much, but it might pop up at the wrong time when you're up, and it might bother you. And that's one thing. Him just being there.
Is he what is that, concentration, or is it like?
Yeah, concentration is a little bit still there. It's still like it used to be really bad, right? I mean, when he first came in the league, it was really bad. It's still there, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be, right? So he's worked on it, but it can pop up. It's kind of like Brandon Marshall. Like Brandon Marshall got better hands as his career went along, but it's still there. You still might drop that one that you might not like. So I think that's if I had to critique Devontae Adams, that's what I would say. It's probably he's not the
that's a strong analogy to make, because Brandon Marshall is like, I will make the most incredible acrobatic catch, but I will not catch the routine ones. Like that's Brandon Marshall.
It's not that bad. I guess Brandon Marshall's too bad.
That's extreme.
I'm trying to think of somebody who got better hands though over time. I can't think of it. I can't.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because
like Terrell Owens was not like his hand placement was off. He wasn't a natural hands catcher, and he was a body catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a concentration thing with Terrell Owens. It was like really like, where are your hands being placed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he fixed that like as his career went on. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a concentration thing for him. What about Coop? Did Coop have some concentration cap? Amari Cooper early in his career, he was a concentration catcher.
Yeah, he still does. Yeah,
he's still
serious.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Amari Cooper, he's thinking about the chess game afterwards. That's why he dropped it. He's mad. He lost the chess game before.
Right.
Before the game started, so he's dropping passes.
Something. It's weird, dude. Okay, so yeah, really, yeah.
All right,
unique values. So anything else about Hunter Renfrow here? I know we got off topic right there. Anything else that you want to bring up?
No, man. I think he's a special slot player at this point, man. I don't like besides Cooper Kupp, man. I mean, I think we're stretching. I mean, I guess Keenan Allen slot guy still. I don't know. Right? It'd have to be like those guys. That's the only guys I'd probably put over. I mean, ain't no Jamison Crowder and then like that. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing like, nobody could replace him really that I could see around the league that I would want the Raiders to replace him with at this point. And if he got hurt, that would be probably a big blow for the team. I think one of the biggest blows, right? Because it's crazy to say, but if Devontae Adams gets hurt, I mean, you can move Renfrow into his spot, right? And you go him and Waller, right? I mean, if Renfrow goes down, who's the slot guy that replaces him though?
Right.
So I guess that's how you look at it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he's integral. He's crucial.
Yeah,
he's crucial.
Exactly.
He's Carr's safety blanket.
And he blocks too, man. He's a physical blocker.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's gonna put it all out there for the team. We already know that. The fourth down. Stop from punt returner. He tackle. Come on. He wants it. We know the caliber of competitor and all that stuff with Hunter Renfrow. 100%. We know that. So he's crucial. The chemistry, the trust that he has with Carr. Yeah, it's definitely something that you couldn't just take a couple guys and try to replicate that production. No way.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right, BD.
I don't know if there's even guys like Yeah, okay, yeah. You named a couple like elite players, but yeah, like absent those elite guys that you named, like who could come in and replicate production? Like, yeah,
No, nobody.
he's gotten to that level. He's
That's what I
gotten
was
to that
like.
level where this is an incredible player. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Any other thoughts, BD, on anything else? I mean, we got rookies are reporting next week. I don't know exactly which day, but we're almost here, bro. Rookies reporting next week. We're almost at training camp.
Are we doing another 2019 draft? We don't have anyone else, do we?
You got Foster Moreau. I mean, I guess
we got Foster Moreau and anyone else? There has to be someone else.
That's it. That's it, right? Nobody else. Nobody else is still here
because there was that pass rusher, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that guy's name? No, he's not.
He went from Prairie View A&M. He was like a wide receiver. And you trying to play defensive end?
Yeah, I don't think he's on the Raiders anymore.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. So then, do you want to do Foster Moreau?
I can do it on the side. I mean, with the fans, leave in the comments. You want to see some Foster Moreau tape? I mean, I'll give you guys some.
Oh, Isaiah Johnson. I'm not doing him. I'm sorry, guys.
Isn't he gone? He's gone.
Eh? He's gone. Oh, yeah, he's gone. Yeah. And Quentin Bell is his name. Yeah, you got it. You got the college, Prairie View A&M. You got the college right.
Yeah.
Wow.
HBCU, bro. Texas.
Yeah, I know. From the SWAC. Yeah, nice. Yeah, but obviously there's no film for him to do, and I'm not gonna open up my Isaiah Johnson. Why would I do that? He's not even on the Raiders. So
is he in the NFL still?
He's on the Texans, I believe.
Okay. Playing cover 2 over there.
Oh no, he's not actually on the Texans any longer. Well, or was that Conley that was on the Texans? He got released from the Cardinals.
Conley's on the NFL. He's hurt or something.
Man, look at that. What a shame.
He's recovering. He's on Instagram always trying to get back.
Sure. I'll believe when I see it. Okay. So maybe not 2009. Maybe we will not reconvene and do 2019 draft. Leave in the comments if you want to see Foster Moreau. Mm-hmm. I think that's it from me, Raider Nation. Like Marcus said, it's coming. It's creeping. The start of the Raider season is creeping closer.
Yeah.
I would say, edit this out if you don't agree with this, Marcus. But if you leave in the comments if you have some topics that you guys want us to go over before the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I'm gonna be breaking down here. So if you want me just breaking down just anything, okay. Otherwise, give us some ideas. Leave some ideas in the comments.
Yeah, give us some ideas, guys. We need some ideas. We need some help.
Take it. Anything else that you want?
No, I'm good, man. Like I said, guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Also, Panda Supplements, discount code TDL, 35% off. Like I said, he's a Raiders fan. Definitely support him and support his products, please. Also, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL, at BD Williams 18. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you guys want to check out my quarterback podcast, I should be done by next week. I'm watching Daniel Jones right now, and I'm through the torturous back end of quarterbacks. Okay, so it's a rough time for me, but I'm gonna get it done, guys. I'm gonna get it done. So if you're a fan of ALPA, I'm almost done.
A guy who chooses to watch Daniel Jones, okay, you are a sick man, Marcus. You're sick.
I'm a sick man, bro. I still got Sam Darnold and those guys left. I'm just
God. Oh God. Okay. At least Daniel Jones will go for a long scramble, and it'll be a little fun to watch every once in a while.
Yeah.
Good luck, sir. You're better than me.
All right, guys, we're ready. Peace.
Later, y'all.